This is from the resident Rams fan here. Shanahan is supposed to be an offensive genius, yet he can't win without Gimpy G. Did he rise Salah's D coattails to the Super Bowl? Is Kyle in the hot seat right now? This is from a Rams fan. What do you think?
Right. Kyle isn't in it on any hot seat. Like,
no.
I can't see after redoing his deal that his seat is even warm at the moment. Like, now, if he were to have 2 more bad seasons, I could see like there being some real pressure put upon him. But as I think we've discussed, like I think it would honestly, Lynch would be the first like kind of scapegoat. Like we need to make a change, and then if things didn't get better, I think the next move would be possibly look at Kyle Shanahan. But
I think part of the reason that they're in this win now mode is because Jed wants them to be. I think that he bought the thing out the injuries. And he thinks they're still good. And I don't think I don't know, I'm just guessing. But I don't think he's really ready for a rebuild. I think he wants them to win. And so the Niners are giving their best effort. And if they don't win next year, as you mentioned earlier, Jed will make moves. You know, he doesn't. He's kind of impatient, and you could like it. I mean, he didn't waste any time with Tom Sula or Chip Kelly, to his credit.
Right.
Just because he gave Kyle Shanahan an extension doesn't mean that he could get impatient. He throws money around with coaches.
Right.
I don't know.
That could have been all about appearances.
Yes.
And that's why I say 2 years isn't very long. Like you're talking about next year and 2022, and like, look, like this is it for you. Like you don't do it. And I mean, like we got to move on. We got to find somebody to get us over the top. So, you know, I see his point of view, but at the same time, like say, like it's the record, like, you know, like I think what people don't realize is the Shanna fan segment is much greater than the Jimmy G stands. Like, you know, people think, oh, Jimmy, like, nah, they stand Kyle a lot more. You know, I don't know how many times I've seen that clip from Cleveland when he kind of looked down, you know, what do you want to run? And it's like cocky Kyle, like,
do I have to run the ball?
Like,
that attitude is going to cost you 2 Super Bowls, Kyle. 2. That attitude right there. Do I have to run the ball?
That attitude, but we can't talk about that. We can't talk about Kyle's cockiness, like what is he, like in his early 40s? And I'm not going to be on social media. Well, at some point, either you're a very weird kid or at some point you were on social media and you just got off. Because it makes no sense that you don't have any social media presence. Like, what are you hiding? Belichick makes sense. Belichick's an old cat. Like, of course, he doesn't know what snap face and whatchamacallit chatter about. But Kyle, you're supposed to be young and hip. You wearing J's. You ain't got no Snapchat. You ain't got no Twitter handle. Like, you ain't got no cool Twitter handle. You got a tattoo of Chris Seals, but you don't have a Twitter.
What was the first thing Robert Saleh did when he got hired by the Jets? What was the first thing Saleh did when he got hired by the Jets? Started a Twitter.
Probably got a social media.
That's
good way to stay in touch with players and to keep up with what's going on in their life.
Yep.
You ain't got to follow anybody. Just check with Eric Davis. Like, he doesn't follow anybody.
That's true. He doesn't follow anybody. That's good. I love Eric Davis.
Right? You don't have to get any alerts or anything. Just to at least be there when you want to. But like you said, I think you kind of think he goes through his wife or his kids, maybe.
I'm sure he's got one. I'm sure
he's circumventing the process somehow.
The coaches that say they're not on social media, I don't buy it. They're looking at their players. Yeah, I don't buy it. Nah.
So I don't buy the hot seat, but I think the seat is getting warmer. Let's say that. And who could really put pressure on him is, like, say, a Rams fan. Yeah. The Rams and their moves could put pressure on Kyle.
Yep.
Arizona, if what they're trying to do works out, even though I know nobody has faith in Cliff Kingsbury, and why would you? But if what they are doing works out and you become third in the division again, like, you know, like Jed's not going to appreciate that.
Exactly. And the way I look at it is the Niners are they're signing a bunch of guys in their 30s. Are they doing that because they want to do that? Or are they doing that because they feel they got to do that? Like if they don't make a significant run this year, not that they'll all get fired, but they'll all be placed on the hot seat. It seems to me that before 2019, they made a bunch of win now moves. And I was wondering if they were on the hot seat at that point because they were coming off 2 losing seasons. Now they're making a bunch of win now moves again. They used to be the brick by brick team. Now all of a sudden it's like we need every 30-year-old free agent available. I wonder if there's been either if it's nonverbal or verbal from Jed, like, hey guys, I buy, last year was tough, injuries, pandemic. You better win this year, or else my opinion could change of what's going on here. I don't know. That's my suspicion.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad assumption. The only thing is like the win now moves they made before like cost money, like so you can feel it more. Like Mac doesn't really cost you a lot of money. Like the safety from Indianapolis, nobody knows. Like this kid from the Rams,
it's really just Trent Williams.
That's big outside money. Linebacker to edge rusher. Like, these are like they're older moves, but I think it's more, and that's what I don't understand. Like if you're wanted, if you're a desirable place, like where are those guys? Like this guy's out here signing 1-year deals. So where is a slot corner that just wants a 1-year deal? Like that's good. You know what I'm saying? Like where are these
Alex Mack came because he knows Kyle.
Well, let me do 1 year and then let me, enter free agency again. Like I don't see any of those players like coming to us. But everybody says the Niners are desired. Besides Deshaun Watson making us one of the two on his list, like I don't see it. And like you said, I think a lot of it does have to do with the quarterback. Like wasn't it the quarterback that Sherman said made him want to come to the Niners?
That's right.
Like, Jimmy G was there and I see what they're building. Like, I mean, if you can see, like they can say whatever they wanted to. Like even Juszczyk brought up, like, hey, well, you could throw the ball 8 times in the NFC Championship game because you're running the ball so well. No, that is not what happened. You do not throw the ball 8 times just because you're running so well. It's been plenty of teams. Like Derrick Henry's teams have been running over people. He's gone for 200 yards or something. They still threw the ball more than 8 times. Because that's not what you do. Even if you just keeping the defense off balance. You did it because you could, and you did not trust your quarterback.
Yes.
See, they can't be completely honest, which is what I think leads us down these dark tunnels. If they could just be honest with themselves and with us, this stuff wouldn't be happening. Like this year, what are they doing? Oh, every time. Has Mac been real healthy? No. What they say about the kid from the Rams? Hadn't missed a snap. Hadn't missed a game. See, so really in your signings, you're admitting that you made a lot of mistakes with injuries, but you won't say that. You won't say Cohn was a mistake coming off the ACL. You won't say Richburg had injury history with the Giants before he came to us. You won't say you signed Kittle to this long-term deal and he's maybe had like 1 injury-free season.
Yep.
You don't say the reason the Chiefs wanted to move on from Ford was because of his injuries, and you traded for him and then signed him to a big long-term deal.
As if that was bogus and the Chiefs didn't know what they were talking about.
Right.
Amazing.
Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs. What do they know?
What do they?
They've only spent 5 years with him. Dude says, if McVay is so much better than Kyle, why has McVay lost 4 in a row to Shanahan? It's almost like Kyle taught him everything he knows.
I've never understood this logic. I mean, like the Rams have been in the playoffs all but 1 year. Like I'm not gonna ride their coattails, but I'm not gonna slander them either. Like they go for it. They're true to what they believe. Like they told you they didn't really care for Goff, and he's gone. Like I know it's hard, but I kind of respect what the Eagles have done. I kind of respect what the
Rams have done.
The Rams did. Like, yes, it's a big hit on your cap, but it's like you don't keep laying down with a lady that you don't want to be with long term. Like, what are you doing? Like, you just spinning your circles. Like, you don't really think y'all are going anywhere together, but like, let's keep this thing going another year. No, move on. Take the hit. It might hurt a little bit, but get it out the way, get it out your system so that hopefully you can grow in the future.
Agree.
And I want the longevity. Like, I'm with the brick by brick, like build something that lasts. I don't want the, 3 years, a good team and then go away. 3 years, a good team and go away. I want every year the Niners are in it. The Niners are a problem. Every year you're looking to see what they're doing. When do we play them? Like, is it at our house or their house? Like the Saints were for so many years. But this all goes back to name a team that was feared for over a decade that didn't have a quarterback that you feared as well. They go hand in hand.
He can't even stay on the field. No. They got it. They got to get a quarterback and start over. But everything they're doing is saying
that the quarterback. People are like, we're tired of talking about quarterback. Well, yeah, but the NFL has designed this thing to where it's hard to field a team without that. So you can have all the good pieces you want, but like, look at that Tampa Bay team that was loaded. Like Brad Johnson only got one Super Bowl out of that team.
Right.
Like, because you need somebody that's better. You need somebody to elevate the rest of your players. Whether it's offense, whether to make the O-line a little better.
They're trying to elevate Jimmy.
They're trying to elevate Jimmy with the players around him. They have a nucleus now that they didn't have in the beginning, but they don't have a guy to get them the ball. And so Jimmy was at his best when we didn't have anybody.
They're going to be spending like $60 million over the next 3 years for Trent Williams. And it's like, why? I mean, nothing against Trent Williams, but like, who do you think you are? Why does this move make a difference for you? I mean, if it does, I'll be impressed. But I just feel like the Niners don't have the quarterback to justify that investment. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, left tackle is important, but I mean, we keep saying like passing isn't even the most integral part of Kyle's offense. Like, it's the run game, and yes, he's good at the run game, but McGlinchey shows you like you don't have to be elite lineman to be good at the run. You know,
right?
Like running game blocking kind of feels like rebounding in basketball to me. Like, it's about effort. It's about wanting to go out and hit that guy in the mouth. So I feel like you could have found a guy. Like, Staley was never like the best left tackle in the game, and he was serviceable. You say, like we love to say about Jimmy, he got you to a Super Bowl, and it didn't cost you that kind of money. Like, I don't feel like it takes away the cheapness either. Like, you know, like Jed and them are cheap for other reasons beyond, you know, like one contract. It's bigger than one contract. Right. And if you've been a Niners fan or been covering them, you've seen the cheapness, you know, open itself up from time to time.
Like with Trent Williams, I mean, the Niners were bidding against the Chiefs. I don't really think any team should be spending that much money on a 33-year-old left tackle, but for the Chiefs to go for it, you kind of get it. Like, they were in the Super Bowl the last 2 years. They lost this year because they couldn't block anyone. So from their mind, in their minds, it's like, well, maybe Trent Williams could be the difference.
Could make the difference.
Yeah, but from the Niners, it's like, okay, you got Trent Williams back. Like,
now what?
Now what? What is the upside? I don't know. But we'll see.
Elite left tackle on what?
Kyle is just very, very confident, and he feels he's got the winning formula, and we'll just see. I don't know. I'm not sure he ever had it.
It's just, like you're saying, where does that confidence stem from? You know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yes, I understand you are a good play caller. Like, I've always felt like it's just he wants too much control. He has too tight a grip. And I think that's where, like, the time management goes. Because when the offense is out there, he's only focused on the play, not the time in the game, not the yardage, not field goal range, or any of that. You know, but it's like he doesn't want to let anybody have, you know, more control. Like, you know, like have an offensive coordinator. Like, you can still play. You can still be the play caller. Yeah, but have a guy that does that. And I mean, maybe McDaniels and them did that, and we just, you know, they just didn't say it. But you know, as far as it just seems like it's too much on his plate a lot of times.
Yeah, he's not a great delegator, but his dad was the same.
No, he's not.
No.
And I think that is a key asset that people lose in leadership. If you can't delegate, like, unless you're the Flash and can be everywhere at once, like, you're not going to do a very good job long term because it's just too much going on. You know, you have to learn to empower other people. You know,
and what you learn in the NFL is all these jobs are 24/7 jobs, all of them, because there's so much on the line. So if you try to do 4 of them yourself, you just do a mediocre to bad job at all 4. Not that he's doing a mediocre to bad job, but that's the reason why people delegate. Right there.
Right. Why does special teams get away with the crap they do? Because the head coach is focused on the offense. Right. He's not focused on special teams. But that could be a win. But if you're just a head coach, you understand, like, it's probably a couple of games we could have won just based on special teams. Just based on finding a guy to do kick return, punt return consistently well.
Or you know, because to me, special teams has been a subpar. A disaster. Subpar. And they always say, like, if you can win 2 of the 3 phases in a game, you win the game. Well, the Niners are consistently losing special teams. That puts you in a tough spot.
Right. And the defense, at best, holds the team or keeps them from scoring. They don't take the ball away. So even a part of the defense winning is not like winning like you want to take the ball away from the other guy.
Yeah, special teams is all you can get points from the field goal. You can get hidden yards, hidden first downs with returns, and the Niners just do.
It's like they just throw it away. It's like Kyle. I think you might even say it. It's like Kyle is just like, just give me the ball. I don't care if it's at the 5-yard line, at the 10, at the 1. Just give me the ball in my offense. Again, that hubris. Like, we'll take care of the rest. Just give me the ball.
You want those hidden yards and hidden first down. It makes your job easier, Kyle. But he's so great, he doesn't need it.